Hey, we all fit. Welcome everybody to what I believe is session 9 of our Dungeons and Dragons campaign. With us today we have extra guests. So we've got Nissa, usually playing as Nissa. Today we have Che 3D playing as Suit.
You fuck.
We have
Every time.
Castellan playing as Aethelfin.
Hi, how's it going, everyone? Hi,
And
I'm
we got-
Artificer, equivalent exchange.
We have anyway Shrogril playing as Tig. We should have one more person showing up if something happens with them and they don't. See how we go. So, I guess we should do a recap of the last session. Let's take it from Nissa's point of view.
Last episode was very dark. We did
Last
things.
time.
We did these things for the councilman. He paralyzed us and cut into us, and then, as we were leaving, Soot over there decided to attempt to get revenge on a guard. So he tried to kill said guard, and then accidentally tried to kill me. That's all I can think of from that stood out to me. So
Keyword being accidentally.
yeah, accidentally.
Okay. Soot. Start to end of
Hello?
last session. Quick rundown, please.
Start what?
From the start to end of last session, can you give me a quick rundown?
So we went and we had to do some things for the councilman. Realized my violin was broken and I had to perform. So I was like, fuck. I tried to fix it and I broke it more. And then, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, let me just sing. And then Nissa had to shoot people as they were running away. And then she killed all of them, including a father and a son. And I stopped singing to insult someone. And then people hated me. And then after that, we went and we went to take some children to the councilman, which I assumed were sex slaves, which apparently are not sex slaves. That's why I picked the prettiest one of them all. But then we took them to the councilman, and the councilman was confused why we got a pretty one. He was like, "Why is he pretty?" I'm like, "I don't know. Didn't you want to like fuck him or something?" And then he was like, "Okay, stand naked," and he drugged us and paralyzed us, and he kind of stabbed us a little bit to check our blood, and he was all like, "Hey, hello," right? And then some random guy, like an annoying guard, kept insulting me. So I was like, oh, this bitch. So throughout the entire session, I hated him. So I went to kill him and steal his soul, but there was someone else there. So I was like, okay, 2 souls in 1. And then in Suit's vision, some other guard came. So I was like, fuck, I need to kill him and steal his soul too. 3 in 1. Turns out that other guard was Nissa, and I destroyed her eye.
Okay.
Oh, and Thieves is also like turns into a people.
As the last
Zephyro.
the last bit that wasn't important apparently. What the hell just happened?
Oh,
Did he join or not?
yeah, he joined. He's back.
No, he's not. I watched the screen change and I was like,
I have no idea what just happened then.
yeah, it's fun. Yes, one of the most important bits to take away from that is that Nissa's wolf companion turned
He's
into
also now a human.
a person in front of her.
Is he an elf or a human?
You are not sure. You probably
Never asked that
haven't
question.
checked under the hood.
I'll have to figure that out
Um,
later.
But yeah, all you know is you have this ragged, taut, very large and wiry-looking man, who you heard a clear voice in your mind say, "Do you want me to do this for you, mistress?" Because you didn't know if you had the strength to kill your brother. And you said yes. And from next to you surged up a man who grabbed Soot by the face and throat and smashed his head against a wall till he stopped moving. So yeah, that's the end of last session. And yes, that's Tig. Easy, that's Tig. So, a few days have gone past. Nissa, you dragged, between you and Jeeves, you dragged Soot out of the city under the cover of night and set up camp just off the main highway that goes into the city in the woods, so that you could be prepared for when the caravan came through, because your people are coming, right? They should be here any moment. Aethelfin, you have been captured in a college for your own protection and to protect everyone around you, because apparently elves are running amok in the city.
Sorry.
So you have been put into a coach and are being taken out the city by someone loyal to the lecturer that you talked to when you first got there, Aerys, who is very happy, by the way, with the writings you've been doing on Construct and how they're made.
Constructology.
Yes.
Construct.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So, and Tig, you are on the caravan on the way into the city. With you is a couple of elves, and the first cart. You're probably pretty sad you had to leave your tiny tribe. Yeah.
Yeah, very sad.
Okay. So, Nissa,
Yes.
you also have to get a bag of gold to people or suffer the consequences.
Yep.
The consequences being that Xavier will come for you. You know he's a lovely man.
No, he's not a lovely man.
Just charming. Okay, alright, so we'll start from here. Nissa, you have 2 days left till you have to get the bag of gold to the mercenaries outside of town. Let's call them that. And as you're sitting there waiting for Soot to wake up, you hear the sound of a caravan or horse and cart coming down the road towards you.
I'm gonna stand up and try and signal it, I guess.
Yep. Okay, you stand up, you move to the road, and you signal it. And on the front, you see this very large, imposing female barbarian carrying a club that looks like an arm, and she's just pointing straight at you. Tig, what do you want to say? You're a couple hundred meters away.
Couple hundred meters.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna roar, just yelling roar at her in the distance. Audible rage in the voice.
So you hear Tig scream. Yes, Mark, are you there? You want to join us, or are you going to keep camera off? I don't know what you're doing.
I will be joining you momentarily.
Okay,
I'll be joining you momentarily.
good. Well, I guess we'll leave that for now. Alright. How long is momentarily? Because I want to sort of kick this off. That's
Look,
the
he's doing his
roof.
best, alright? It's not our fault he's
That's a
flying all-
really pretty face,
Sorry.
Mark. I like the
It's a
light bulb.
great-
It's really
yeah.
pretty.
Mark, you need to move your webcam down.
Yeah.
Hey.
Sorry
there you
about
go.
sorry about that. I was just waiting to get ambushed by the Roll20 cam.
Okay. So,
How are
We're
we all doing?
regular-
hold up. We're actually
we're
already
a
started, Mark.
regular Brady bunch of
So-
players.
You've just heard Mark, you're in the. Sorry, what's your character's name?
Grethen.
Grethen. Okay.
Grethen.
Yes. You hear a wildlife you know as Tig start yelling from the front of the caravan, from the front of the cart that you're in the back of. If you stand up and look around, you can see down the road the last wild elf that came along on the ship. There were 3 of you. That is Nissa, who you would have seen moving around with a large wolf when she was on the boat. She now stands at the side of the road looking a bit worse for wear after spending a few days roughing it in the country in clothes not designed for it. And you know that she left with 2 others, a snobbish sun elf and a bit of a pathetic looking sun elf. Sorry, not sun elf, star elf.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what would you like to do? You 2 are together now in the same cart. What would you like to do between you 2?
Me and Gretchen are on the same cart together.
Yep.
Alright. I'm assuming he's in the back of the cart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to sort of turn back, looking into the cart. You, come here.
I'm gonna move slowly over to her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to reach forward, grab him, and yank him forward to the front of the cart and point his face to the front at Nissa. It's like, her? Bad person. Hurt my tribe. Killed my family.
Going so well.
You understand?
I'm quite capable of understanding that.
Weapons.
No, I don't use them.
I'll push him away.
Okay. Nissa, are you just gonna wait there for the cart? Anything you want to prep? Okay, cool. So after a few minutes, the cart pulls up and the leader sort of like, pulls horses and is like, Miss, is this your cab, or would you like us to take them into the city?
No, we're staying out here.
Oh, okay. Is there a place for us to pull the wagons up? Would you like us just here? We're gonna block traffic.
Maybe if we could find somewhere to just sort of move them to the side a little bit. There's not really much here. We're going to move eventually. It's just for now.
Okay, so right now you're out of sight of the walls because you don't want to be seen. So if you want to pull them off the road, it has to either be into the forest, they might take some damage, or you can go close to the walls, but then people will know where you are. Yes?
Sorry, there were very ruly people yelling in the rain.
Okay.
Maybe just keep them on the side of the road for now, like right where we are, and then just get everybody off so we can move us further into the forest as soon as we can.
Okay. Tig, you're staying there listening to this, just like glaring. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna jump off the cart and just land and stand there. I'm readying to charge. Is what I look. That's my stance at the moment.
Okay. You see this, Nessa? What do you want to do?
Wait, sorry, I was distracted. There's like a lot of yelling going outside my house right now, and I got really concerned. Sorry, what did Sarah say?
Sarah jumped off the cart and is preparing to charge you. There is a priest standing at the front of on the front of the cart as well, just sort of watching this happen.
I'm going to scream at her and just go, please, no, let me explain. And then when she goes to charge me, I'm going to move out of the way. If she charges me. But I'm going to be screaming, please, no, let me explain.
Explain? You killed my people.
It was an accident. I didn't mean for it to happen. It was a complete accident, and I'm very, very sorry. A lot of
accident.
shit has happened. It was an accident. I did not do it on purpose. It was an accident. I did not mean to hurt anybody. That is the last thing I wanted to do. I did not want to hurt anybody.
Accident? You killed gnome tribe.
I killed. It was
Not
one.
accident.
One known person, and it was accident. I did not mean for the cart to go through the city.
Ben tried to
I did not mean
hide.
for that to happen. No, we left because I didn't want to
Where-
fuck anything
where
else
is-
up.
Where is No Music Man?
He's that way, and he's an asshole. You
You
want to see him? You
are
want
a
to see him?
bad person.
Okay, fine. You can hate me all you want, but you want to go see? You want to go see Music Man? He won't be able to talk to you, but go see Music Man. See how you like him now.
That's fine. You killed my tiny tribe people. I love them.
I know that. I'm just gonna sit here and I'm just gonna fucking whatever. Go see fucking Soot.
I'm
I don't care.
gonna start walking towards her slowly.
Okay, so
No, I'm
At
not
this
raising
point-
my
okay, at this point you got a bunch of people climbing off the cart, sort of gathering around to see what the hell's going wrong. The only reason that the elves sort of had like a decent sort of stay in that gnome town was because of Tig and someone called Aethelfin, who isn't here to talk at the moment. So they're waiting to see who the leader is here. They're all sort of gathering behind Tig at this point. Are we going to make camp? I don't really want to stay in a strange forest. What are we doing?
We've got a camp that's just that way, and I point to where we've been camping for the last couple of days. There's a campfire and everything set up. Go make yourselves comfortable.
Your camp would be at least a
You
little
said
bit into the woods,
you
otherwise you'd
said
be seen.
Music Man.
Huh?
Yeah, Sarah, I was talking to So
Sorry.
your camp would have been at least 100 or so meters into the woods, so as not to be seen from the road. So
Yeah,
when
that's why I said pointing towards the camp.
so this
saying,
this
"We
scared
set up
elf
camp, go that
sort
way."
of looks at you, and it's just, you expect me to wander into the forest without a guide? What if
I
we
will
miss the
take you.
camp? Oh, okay. And then she
Follow
sort of
me.
turns and
I will
like
take you.
gestures to some people and waits for you to lead on. The
And I lead them. I lead everyone. I go, all right, guys, come on, let's go. And I lead everybody to the thing, and I tell the people that were actually on the carts that they're free to leave if they wish.
okay. The human drivers to these carts looks really confused about this exchange and sort of worrying that, you know, the moment this is you guys all met up, immediately a fight breaks out. But as soon as everyone's off the carts, he's just gonna yell, are you done? We good?
Yeah, we're all good. Thank you very much.
Alright. And he starts heading off into the city. So you've got Grethen, Tig, and Nissa all heading off, leading about 10 elves into the woods. And when you get there, you see Shia.
When we get there, I'm just gonna look at Soot and go, hey Tig, there's Music Man.
At the sound of their approach, Soot, you wake up and you have this ungodly pain in your face. Yeah. Grethen and Tig, you look at Soot, this star elf, and the front of him is covered in blood. His ears have elongated more than any elf you've ever seen. They've like grown and they've got sharper points. His face has become sharp to a point, and there's his lips look like they've been bleeding along the inside. where his now sharp teeth have dug into them. But probably the most worrying sign from him, apart from all that and his very pale skin, is that his mouth has been split all the way to under his ears, and his jaw is broken, so it just hangs open.
Can I do an insight check or a history check or something to see if I kind of know a bit about what's going on?
You would have
or would I
no
not have a
idea.
clue?
No, roll an insight check. Maybe you've heard something as a priest. You gonna roll that insight check? 18. Okay, so you've heard of talk and theories that there exists a place outside of the world, and in that place very hungry beings exist. They have a sort of desiccated, thin and predatory appearance, and what you see in front of you is definitely an elf, definitely a star elf, but it looks like one of these like mythical creatures, almost like yeah, I can't really explain all that. Almost like a revenant or a vampire or something. Like there's mythical creatures that don't exist.
Nosferatu.
There's mythical creatures that don't exist, but and you never thought would exist, and that's what he looks like.
Okay. I'm just gonna leave him there and start my daily meditation.
Okay. But yeah, you wake up, sit up, feel that pain, and you... Nissa, your friend is now awake. Tig, this person that you hate, is in front of you. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna go over to Soot, look at him, and be like, "You okay?"
I'm
I'll take that as
marching
a-
towards
I'll
them
take that
right
as a
now.
yes, and I'm gonna walk away and go sit next to Jeeves.
Okay, and Tig, you moving up. What do you do?
I'm gonna head first of all to Nissa.
Mhm.
Nissa, I'm standing right in front of you.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Why what?
My family.
It was an accident. I was trying to call for Jeeves so that he could join us. Leaving the gnome village, he spooked the horse, and the horse just went rampaging straight through the city. I tried to get him off. I tried everything I could to stop him from spooking the horse. I even tried to move the horse and calm the horse down, but the horse was just too spooked. I swear I didn't mean for any of it to happen.
I just point over to Suit. Ghost. Not a friend.
Not a friend.
Not music man.
Not Music Man. I'm just gonna agree with you. I'm just gonna a nod, and just be like, no, he's not friend anymore. Friend is gone.
Okay. You guys spend
Not
the
friend
next...
anymore.
Okay, you guys spend the
Like,
next...
again.
Spend the next little while
No, you go
setting
ahead.
up the camp, and it's going to take about an hour and a half to sort of get everyone sort of marked out a place for them to be. You got a lot of grumbling, people that are used to living in cities with relative comfort, at the very least. Then like even the cave was a bit more homely since they had, you know, pillows and clothes and stuff. They like, you know, made up. They moved here expecting to be inside a city, and you're getting a lot of complaints. Brethren, you're going to say something?
I was going to say to Nissa, what was his crime? What has he done?
Who? And I point to. So you mean him? I have no idea. All I know is that at nighttime he looks up into the sky, he disappears for hours on end, comes back randomly, and he has been trying to eat people's souls. So I have no fucking idea what's going on. But
Okay.
that is his punishment.
As she's finished that sentence, Aethelfin, you've been like dropped off at this point, and we're walking through the forest towards where you were told this camp is, and you just hear,
Right.
and he's been eating people's souls.
At that, I immediately go next to the closest tree and try to make myself as thin a profile as possible. And
You
then
can
I peek out and I'm trying to...
You can hear the sound of like 10 to 15 elves moving around. They're
Yeah.
sort of setting up camp here. You lean around and you can see Nissa talking to another wild elf, and you can see the large form of Tig sort of like helping others get comfortable.
I'll be
You
back
can't
in
see-
1 second.
Okay, you can't see Soot, but you would assume he's there, judging from what she's just said, and how everyone seems to be avoiding like one place in like the left side of the camp.
Do I see my baby?
No, not from there.
Yep. Okay. So the elves are here, and my construct is not.
But you
gonna
haven't gone
stroll
into the
into
town,
camp.
so yeah. Investigate. Alright, sorry, continue.
So I stroll on into the camp and I go, well, this is a merry mess we're all in, isn't it?
Who
I say with one arm.
you are?
I'm Aethelfin Daywinmore, and it'd be good of you to remember that. My word, you're tall.
Tig.
Yes, quite. And you,
I am
priest?
Tig.
You can call me Artificer Aethelfin Daywinmore if you wish. I will also accept Artificer Daywinmore.
Tig.
Yes, we've gone over this. Is anyone here with the conversational ability of at least a 10-year-old able
No,
to tell
how's it
me what's going on?
I will.
What's happened to your
return.
face? Poke
Yeah,
yourself
what's
in the eye
happened
with a
since you
stick or
left?
something.
No. After we left you, we did some stuff for the councilman. Soot over there, and I point really angrily at Soot, who's he decided to get revenge on a guard and try and eat his soul, ate another guard's soul, and then tried to kill me. So,
Well, the only question I have for you is, why is he still in one piece?
because I
have
want
you
to
not-
try and save him.
Separated the neck from the shoulders, as it were.
I want to try and save him if I can. Otherwise, I will kill him.
You
I just
saw
know
the
that
same
there's
thing
no
I
guide.
saw. I'm pretty certain there's no saving that.
Well, I'm going to at least try and get some information and attempt it, because he has been my longtime friend, and if there is a way that I can save him, I'm going to try and save him.
Does
Unless
anyone
he
have a
tries to kill
hammer?
me again. No. You
I
stay
hold
the
up
hell away
arm.
from him. He is
This-
my. If bad things happen, if he needs to die, I'm going to be the one to do it.
This thing, if what you say has been true, has been feeding from the force of others. Something that does not belong to him or anyone else. It belongs to the cycle. He's disturbed the balance
Yes, well, I've had enough of
and
your
needs
mumbo-jumbo.
to pay for that.
Enough, priest. So,
Just
let me tell you a
daggers in
little
your
bit about-
direction.
So let's talk a little bit about the situation we're in. I turn to address the rest of the elves. I go, so, as many of you know, I am Artificer Aethelfin Daywardmorn. Pleasure to see you all in one piece. You can thank me later for arranging for transit to Safe Harbor, but I'm afraid there has been a complication. Now, I don't know why. I can hazard a guess and I shoot a glance at Soot. But the inhabitants of the town who were not particularly well disposed to those of the Telkasir now somewhat even less disposed towards us. And my good efforts and the efforts of this elf here, and I gesture to Nissa, have gone quite a way to finding accommodations for us. However, this one, and I point at Soot, has damaged certain aspects of that tentative relationship. And so we need to sit and discuss what our future plans are.
But, sir, I thought we were going to be safe in the city. What? Can we...
Yes, and we can all blame this man, and this elf, and I point at Soot, for jeopardizing that potential safety.
The, like, young boy who, is a half-elf starts clinging to his moon elf mother and crying.
Aethelfin kneels down with his one arm and wipes a tear and goes, there, youngster.
I'm imagining that's really insincere, too.
Oh, it's so insincere. It's like, basically, this is like the politician kissing the... I almost said killing, but I meant to say kissing the babies. It depends on what kind of politics you're running.
Wow.
Kissing babies, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Chayed. Turnabout is fair play, motherfucker.
So, okay.
There, young man. Young elf. I'll see us through this. Holy shit, it's bucketing down. Does it start randomly raining?
So,
Yeah, we can hear it.
the captain steps forward. He's like, we've, been through a lot. The sea elf that was with us has disappeared somewhere. Our doctor was taken with him. We need to get into the city. We need a comfortable place to rest and to heal. Are you sure there is no way we can get in there?
Here's where I ask you about my understanding of the situation beyond the fact that I was sequestered in the, this is out of character, obviously. Apart from the fact that I was sequestered in the I want to say university?
Yeah,
It's
it was
probably
his
some kind of
college.
college.
So pretty much,
Yeah.
you were kept there, and a college guard walked in, looked at you, and like you can tell he didn't like you, but he's like, "You've done good work here. Your friend's fucked up. You're not leaving for a while. I'm gonna keep you locked in here just so that no one tries to get at you, and you don't get out there and get yourself killed or cause more trouble." So you were kept in a dormitory area. You were brought bits and pieces if you asked for, like, you know, they brought you tinkerer's tools and stuff like that, so you could make little bits and pieces. Any pieces of clothing, anything you had on you that was damaged, any of your other items, you could probably have also got help from the magisters of the college to re-empower any of your items that you'd use charges of. Anything like that. They could not provide you any more of the healing gems, unfortunately, but everything else is fine.
Though obviously I didn't get an arm, though.
No, not yet. So you've been hearing all this the entire time. So your like lifelong friends been standing over there, being like, "I'll be the one to kill him."
Yeah.
All I can say is in 25.
The captain's like, "Look, is there no way we can get into the city? Can we talk? Is there someone we could talk to, bribe, do a job for, anything that we can do?"
Well, you see, I was imprisoned through the actions of that elf, and I point to Soot again. in the college. They treated me well because I fear I was more useful to them alive than dead. And to be honest, I feel that they had a more likable disposition towards me than the other two, probably because of my standing, obviously. But I feel that we
You
might have an
speak too
ally.
many words.
Oh,
Just
quiet,
get to
please.
the point.
The point is, we have an ally in the. What would you call him? Archmagister
Yes.
of the college? I am not certain about the Master of Commerce, however. And I look at Nissa at that point to fill me in on all that deep.
I'm gonna look at Castalia, like I'm gonna look at Ethelfin, and I'm just gonna shake my head and just word vomit every fucking inch of what happened. Like we shot bad people, we shot prisoners, Soot tried to make music, Soot made them mad, we smuggled in children from somewhere, and then
You start talking about the stuff, and Ethelfin's like, "Oh, she's into this. Shut the fuck up."
Tig standing
And I'm
here.
you
like-
wanted to know. I just look at him like, you wanted to know.
Yes, but perhaps we can catch it in less terrifying language. And I look at the small child that I'm currently like patting the head of.
I'm just gonna stand in the way of the small child, just so he's shielded from this. Just-
Basically, a lot of crap went down. I mean, if you guys want to try and get back into the city, go for it. I have one more errand that I have to run, which I'm going to go and do at some point. Because
So
otherwise,
you would
we're
leave
all
these
screwed.
people undefended then? One of our few able-bodied defenders.
What am I supposed to do?
Perhaps-
If I don't do this in the
perhaps
next 2
seen as-
days, we're all gonna die.
Let the priest talk.
Perhaps, seeing as we have an errand to run that seems important. Our people are safe here for the moment. They're near the city. If anything should trouble them, they have a place to run to. Let us do what we need to do. Come back and work from there. Take
Yes.
things one step
The priest
at a
speaks
time.
truth. In fact, I actually think that there is a number of things that need to be addressed, including the return of my construct, which I was told would be taken care of. And look at Nissa. And I assume we didn't take it from the caravan when it arrived.
I assumed that the rest of the people grabbed their belongings when they got off the train, or got off the carriage.
The Captain Seth was like, sorry. I was helping off the rest of the elves. I didn't get your construct. I believe it's being taken to a workshop in the city. Sorry.
At least
That's
it'll be safe.
quite
We'll
alright.
fetch it back. I'm gonna look at Tig, and I'm just gonna go. When we go on our adventure, can you stay here and look after these people for us?
We do the right thing. And I just turn away
Thank
from you and sit down.
So do you find you have the strength to actually stand up and move around? Like, you were unconscious and you're really hungry, but you sort of get the feeling you can't eat right now. But at least not food, not normal food. But you do have the ability to get up and move around, and you also feel that due to your like you find yourself very shaky, and it's almost like you're hungry, you're starving, so you're shaking, but you know it's not, except for normal food. Your throat has been burnt out, some of your teeth are shattered. You cannot sing, you cannot play music. But you can taste the souls in the air. You can taste these people so close to you. There is a ravening void inside you that you can fill.
Can I try to walk away?
You can do whatever you like to do. You're gonna try to stealthily do it. You're just gonna go trudging through the forest.
I'm gonna try to stealthily just like
Okay, roll a stealth check.
leave. Do I roll for stealth?
I just want to say I have a passive perception of 13.
Yep, that's fine. Roll for stealth.
Same.
You also know where these people you're meant to be meeting to give the gold to is.
Do I don't have the gold though, right?
No, but you know where they
I
are.
do.
Okay, so I make sure that I don't go there.
Okay, so 15. You guys are all talking. No one's really keeping an eye on Soot. Everyone's like arguing over this at the moment. Everyone thought he was too weak to get up. So he just sort of leaves. And Nissa, at some point you turn around and he's gone.
Where the fuck did Soot go?
And so is Jeeves.
Jeeves?
I immediately jump up to action.
Well, you haven't noticed
Can
yet.
I like look around and see if I can like notice anything like in the direction that they would have gone in?
You can do a survival check to see if you can pick up their tracks and trail.
What are you looking for, Nissa?
7, so probably not.
Definitely not. You see her sort of like, she walks to where he's sitting and he starts like moving some leaves to the side and peering in different ways, and realize that it's probably picked up a bit of fieldcraft from her over the years. But you didn't
While they're
notice
all doing
that
this-
Jeeves left either.
While they're all doing this, I'm going to turn to the assembled elves and turn them into an angry mob.
Saying what?
Pitch. They say, "My God." Well, actually, I don't know what gods. Sahani, I think, is what. Yeah. If he's escaped, there's no way we can seek recourse with the town. There's simply no way that we'll be able to negotiate some kind of entrance. They're going to be afraid that that person is on the loose in their forests. Quickly, we must get him.
Okay.
I assume that's a diplomacy check.
Yeah. Do a diplomacy check. And I'll get a... Yeah, just diplomacy check.
Diplomacy would be like persuasion, right?
Yeah.
That's a total of 12.
12? You got plus 2 charisma? Damn. Alright, okay, so they sort of all like some start nodding. The captain steps forward and draws his sword. We should probably spread out and find him. He's
Agreed.
here somewhere. And he sort of turns to some elves and gets 3 of them and says, "We're going to go this way," and just points away from the city, sort of parallel to the road. By the way, Soot, the way you crept is probably back towards the city, not away from it. Away from the city, you also know there's
Yeah, okay.
manticores. So,
Let me try and follow his steps, so we can get an idea of where he's going.
how are you going to do that?
The first interesting thing you've said today, priest.
By checking for tracks.
Yes, so just
Yeah,
another
spend
survival check.
A fair bit of time in the. Yeah,
just-
yeah.
Okay, just a heads up. The way I play is, if one person checks for something, the next person to try to do the exact same check does it at disadvantage. Because you're pretty much being like, "Pfft, you didn't do it right, I'ma do it. And it's kind of crap. So, yeah. Alright, so...
What about with help actions, though?
What do you mean? Like, if all of you guys want to help one person do it, that's fine. But if you can't, if you guys start just taking turns in doing the same thing, just because you didn't like what one person got, that's kind of just being shit.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just wanted to know because, like, there's a difference between multiple people making checks and people helping.
Yeah, I know. But he wanted to do it separate.
I wanted to try and help her actually. because I said to her before what you're looking for, and then sort of got skipped. But
Okay.
that's
Cheers.
what
All I
was
heard was
for.
Kyle talking. Kyle spoke completely over you, so I had no idea what you said.
Yeah.
Sorry.
In any case, not enough to find where he went. You can assume he went away, like you guys all went past manticores and bad things. You assume he's not going in that direction. That's all you got. So when you are a couple hundred meters away at least, what do you want to do?
I wanna. What time is it? It's like daytime, right?
Yeah.
I wanna just find a place to hide, really. Like, wait until I can eat. Maybe try to find something to eat, whether it's an animal or just food.
You haven't noticed this as you stumble through in your hunger, but as you turn around, you find that there are a series of dead birds and other little forest creatures that as you've walked past, you've just sort of drained of life. So, Bambi's there nudging his mum.
You go that way. I'll
Um,
go home.
So, anyways, yes, you're feeling like, and as you walk, you sort of feel very hungry still, but yeah, you notice that there's a bunch of dead creatures behind you.
I just then I just want to like keep walking, trying to hide, trying to stay stealthy.
Okay. What'd you get? 15.
I just want to wait. I just want to wait
The massive
until
trail of dead animals behind you. Oh, very quiet.
I just want to make sure that I try to stay hidden as much as possible. Like just wait until
Okay. All right. After a short time, you hear. Actually, roll a perception check. Uh, 12. Okay. Are you guys trying to track Soot quietly, or are you just marching off into the forest in like a lion, trying to scope him out?
I'm trying to do it quietly.
Quiet.
I think
I'm not.
I'll probably stay with the remnants of the group that didn't leave.
Mhm.
Purely
Yeah, I was
because
saying the group.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I thought it would take this day.
Okay, so Castle and Tig
I'll
are
stay with
staying,
Tig.
alright? And then the priest and the ranger are heading off.
Yeah, I'm gonna slowly
Alright.
stealth and try and find where he went.
Can I get a stealth check from both of you?
$23.
Right. Alright, Mac attack. Put in.
While
Okay.
they're off adventuring. Oh, sorry.
Okay, cool. You've got you're tracking, by the way, Nissa. And
Yeah, no.
you've gone a couple hours, like a couple hours. Sort of as if you're gonna go not straight towards the city, but skirting up and around it. And from nowhere, a naked, large, wiry man, completely like fur as if he hasn't cut his hair in like a decade or two, just drops in front of you. He's wearing like a loincloth, but for the most part he's naked. I assume you would have given him pants in the time you were like wandering around with him.
Yeah.
So
Gave him pants, 'cause
he
it was
drops
my bag.
soundlessly from the trees above you, and when he hits the ground, he makes no sound, and when he takes a step forward, there's no impression left in the dirt either. And he just sort of stares at you for a second, and then raises one hand and sort of, "Come with me," and leaves. He doesn't say "come with me," he just
I'm
like
gonna-
motions for you to come with him, and then
Yeah.
leaves.
I'm gonna call back to. I don't know what Mark's character's name is, and I'm probably not gonna remember it, so I'm just gonna have to give him a
Grethen.
nickname. Fine, your name is Griff. I'm just gonna call for you, and I'm
This
just
is
gonna be like,
everyone.
this way. Hey, I gave Aethelfin a nickname. His name is Alf.
Yeah.
So, just deal with it.
Okay, so yeah, well, Jeeves is natural 20s. And he heads off towards Chide. You hear after a little while, you've gone sort of directly towards the city. Just because it's away. There's pretty much the road, the camp, where the men you're going to meet, and then straight towards the city. So you weren't really left with a whole lot of options on where to go. You're a little bit boxed in. But after wandering for a while, you hear just the rustling of someone moving through some bushes. And if you roll a perception check for me. Okay, you a man with a dagger on a hip and a sword in his back in leather armor is sort of peering out about 10 meters in front of you. He's missed you for now, but he had heard something. He seems to be by himself.
I have all my weapons and stuff, right?
I don't think Nissa would have left you with weapons.
No. I sprint
Where?
just the other way.
Away from
Like
him?
where away from him.
Okay. Perception checks to Nissa and Grethen.
3.
You're the best at this.
17.
Alright. Grethen, you
Then
hear
someone
all of a
took
sudden
My eye.
you hear all of a sudden something take off in the bush a couple hundred meters maybe, almost sort of in front of you to the left, and on top of that you hear, "Oi, come back!" And then a second set, much heavier set of footfalls after the first.
I'm hunting something. Something's running away. Prey. Straight after it. So I'm going full movement speed towards the sprinting thing.
Yep, okay. So what do you want to do? You're being chased and you can hear at least 4 people behind you. 3 are making slightly less, despite the fact there's 3 of them moving in a group, they're making less noise than the big human behind you. And there's only
I
one
just
human
continue-
behind you.
I just continue running. There's nothing I could just run.
Why? Take what you need. From inside your head.
I stop. I'm like, why are you chasing me?
The human stops that, and it looks at your face. What happened to you? That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, it does.
And he
It
hears.
really hurts.
That's all he hears.
And I walk and I start sprint towards him. No, I don't sprint towards him. I walk towards him
He's like, we were told some weird people be coming out here to give us a pay. Got a job to do.
How far away am I from this?
Yeah, we'll get to you in just a second. You're about 25 feet from this guy now, Chad.
How far is that in meters?
In meters, it's about 7.
And I'm like, oh, I was like, yes, I know what you're talking about.
You pat a pouch in your
And I
hip.
walk. Yeah.
Okay. He's like, oh,
Like,
good. We've been here for a week waiting for you. You got our 50 gold? And he holds his hand out.
And I walk towards him.
You guys now about 200 feet in front of you hear the footsteps have stopped, and you hear voices and talking. So, what do you want to do?
Do I realize that they're there, that they're close?
No.
Okay. And I put my hand on his, like, face. Is it possible for me to, like, steal his soul just like then and there?
You can attempt to.
I will attempt to steal his soul right then and there.
Okay. Roll a charisma check at advantage.
Wait, I lost charisma, didn't I?
I know. You're now at 14 charisma, not 20.
Wait, what's the advantage?
Advantage means you roll twice.
Oh, I mean the ability points. Wait, one second.
14 would be +2.
I want to use both my lucky rolls on this.
Sure. Go for it. You put a hand. He's like, "Mate, what are you doing? It's okay. I'll take you to our camp. You've got the gold. Let's go." You guys, Greth and Nissa, exit into this like little patch where these guys are standing, and Soot's got his hand on this guy's face, and the guy's like put his hands on Soot's chest, like sort of pushing away. That's how you've come in. He's just been like, "We'll take you to our camp."
I'm going to tackle Soot to the ground.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
I'll be.
And as I'm
lining
running
in.
past, as I run past, I'm going to turn to the guy and go, "I have your gold, give me 1 second," and I'm just going to tackle Soot to the ground.
Hey, if you could give us a God, just fucked up. Yeah, I know, just fucking poleaxe. So, as you're running, what do you try to convey Soot to this guy when you hear Nissa charging at you? And sort of see
I
out the
go,
corner of
"Don't
your eye.
touch him, don't touch him." Oh,
I'm like, and I point
Okay.
to her.
What? Do you seem scared, or you just seem like, because the smile on your face portrays happiness at the moment, despite the fact I don't think you can smile anymore.
No, I'm just like.
Okay.
What the fuck?
So, he's like, "What?" And he pulls a sword out. He's like, as you run, Nissa. Now, if you still want to make an attack, Soot, I'm going to make you do an acrobatics check to dive under or over the blade.
No, that's fine. I can do an acrobatics check. And it probably sucks, but I'm still going to try. 15.
Okay, so you've tried to jump the blade, and he's sort of like uppercutted upwards, and he's punched you as you've passed by. Like 1 point of damage from the hit, and say another point of damage as you like hit the earth and tumble, because you're not going to hit Soot anymore. And this guard like pulls Soot behind him. He's like, "Guys, what? The poor bastard's got half a face. Leave him alone."
I'm going to stand up. I'm going to stand up and go, "Don't touch him. He's trying to steal your soul. He's trying to eat your soul."
Miss, you're crazy. He's...
Look at his face.
Yeah,
How do you think it happened to his face? How do you think that happened to his face?
Did you
I
do
did
this?
it.
Did you?
No.
You did this to him?
No. No, I didn't. I did not. He did this to himself. You see my eye? You see my eye? He tried to kill me, and he took my eye.
Roll a...
Are they both distracted with him?
Yeah, roll a persuasion check. Yes, they are.
I run.
What the heck is it? Oh, right, never mind.
Wait,
I run and I leave a small like empty pouch there, and I just run.
am I distracted with him? Because like,
I mean, you
I'm
can... You
trying to get.
Yeah, but you can see past him if you want to.
Yeah, I've been trying to get at Soot for like ages. Yeah.
That's right. So if you want to run
Like
past,
200.
if you want to run past
Yeah,
now,
good.
what's your movement speed? So when you run all out.
30 feet.
Okay. You move
So
about.
if it's two, it'll be like 60, right?
Yeah, you move about 2 steps before fucking Sanic smacks you in the back and takes you to the ground. You find yourself. I'm not gonna make him roll because you have a strength of like fucking negative 100 compared to him. Actually, what is your strength? Growth?
8.
Growth?
My
Or...
strength 8.
Alright. Do an attack. Roll an attack for me.
But I use dexterity because I'm good like that.
Oh, well. Okay. Roll a... If you want to keep upright and not taken down, either roll a acrobatics or an athletics check. So that'd be nice. Eight. Okay, so he's running, and you just come sliding in on your knees, take out his legs, and as he goes down, in the same motion, you stop, roll on top of him, and pin him to the ground. What do you want to say?
Who?
Me?
Who's saying what?
I can't
Either
say
of
anything
you.
other than
Stay quiet, beast.
Okay. The guard turns his back on, or the mercenary turns his back on you, Nissa. Hey! And takes a step forward and stabs at, you, Mark. Grethen. What's your AC?
6.
Alright. 6 minutes. Take, 8 points of damage as he spears you in the chest with a longsword.
While this is happening, I'm screaming at the guard, going, "Do you want your gold? I have it." And I hold up a thingy and I'm shaking it, trying to distract him from whatever's going on over there.
And he sort of, like, he hears the sound of gold, he's like, oh, speaking my language. And he withdraws, like, the sword and sort of twists it slightly as he pulls it out of your chest. Graythan. And he's like, Now, I thought your friend was attacking my new friend. So, how much gold you got there?
I have exactly what we were told to bring from Councilman Xavier.
Tell you what.
Friend over there, and I point to Soot. He was pretending to have the gold. I had it all along, so it's all good. Apologies for whatever just happened, but yes, I have your gold here. It's 50, right?
Yeah. Alright. Well, come back to our camp. Gonna see what we're dealing with. Bring your friends. And I'm pretty sure our scouts will be reporting back about the caravans going past. Was that you?
Yeah, that's us. They're with us. They're our friends.
Okay. Well, they look like easy pickings.
You don't touch them.
Let's just say, you give us 10 extra
No.
gold and we leave that alone.
Fine, 10 extra gold, you leave it alone.
Thank you very much. Alright, follow me. And he heads off into the woods.
We're
Do
gonna
we
look at-
have 10 extra gold?
You do. There's quite a bit of
We
gold
got
in
like
that
a
bag.
massive bag of gold. We
Okay.
have so much gold, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna look at Griffin and just go, you pick him up, carry him with us.
Okay.
Perhaps we should make this a little bit easier. And I go to put Soot to sleep.
That doesn't work, does it? Because he's an elf.
Alright.
Yeah, that doesn't
I
work on me.
don't think he's
Right.
talking about magical sleep. I think he's talking about
I
chokehold
wasn't
sleep.
sure, okay? I just wanted to make sure.
I think he means knock him out.
So you're on top of him. You can literally just lean your forearm into his throat until he stops moving.
Yeah, I'm putting him out for the count.
Okay. So do you want to resist this in any way?
No.
Okay. As you start to fall unconscious, you hear, "They said they was your friends, that they would help you. They want your death." And you fall unconscious. So, you guys go off into this camp. It takes a bit to get there. And in the meantime, Aethelfin, Tig, what are you doing at the camp?
Yes.
I would like to have been just walking a perimeter around after we've helped everyone, and then wait for Aethelfin, sort of just because I'm assuming he wants to do something.
Okay.
You're coming in a bit distorted for me, Sarah. I didn't quite catch that last part.
She's walking the perimeter, keeping guard, and then eyeing you off, waiting for you to like decide what you want to do.
I'm being an elf of the people at the present. I'm going to try and raise spirits. I imagine that would, generally speaking, be a diplomacy thing.
Yep. Yep. You can do a diplomacy check or a persuasion check.
Alrighty. Let's try. I feel like he's trying to. I think it's probably more of a diplomacy check because he's trying to be diplomatic. And
Well, there's
keep
no
everyone's
diplomacy in this.
spirits up.
There's persuasion, intimidation, and
then it's
deception. Yep.
Unless you think the situation's so bad that he needs to deceive them.
No, I think you can probably spin truth little lies. Okay.
That's a 15 plus 1, so 16.
Okay, so you have like a feeling of, oh, thank you so much. You know, the gnomes were nice, but need a place. In a city, we need, you know. I'm also
Yes.
from the Telquisir Heartland myself, and I don't like it here. I want to go back. We were meant to be finding something for those myth people. Where the tournament? Have you found it yet? I want to go home.
No, but trust me, we will. We will succeed in our mission and return to Telquisir heroes. Don't worry. I'll get us through this.
And they're like, yeah, I believe in Harvey Dent. Like, they're like really
Yes, I believe in Harvey Two-Face. Love it.
they're all very much sort of like falling under your spell, so to speak.
What's the makeup of the group? Like, you mentioned that I'm basically the only other Sun Elf, because I think the other one exploded.
Okay, so
Other than the Doctor, who's gone disappeared.
for the most part, you had a couple Sea Elves. You had a single Sand Elf. Now, I'm using these terms, but there is terms that elves use, but I'm using terms to make sure that everyone else watching also understands.
Yeah.
But the way you'd understand it is that there were 3 Corelli, which are wild elves. They are worshippers of the god Corellon, or there's like their sponsor. There was 3 Hanali, which they follow another god, and they are sun elves. There's 2 Sasheli, which are sea elves. There was a single Elistrii, which is a dark elf. Not a drow, a dark elf, like a good dark elf. Drow, kind of. 2 Kernui, which are wood elves, and the Celestial, which was the star elf, and the rest, which is maybe 5 all up, are Sahani or moon elves.
So, just again, just because I'm pretty certain I recall the power rankings, it's Eladrin, Sun Elves, Star Elves, Moon Elves, Sand Elves.
Okay, so pretty much
Dark
Sun Elves
Elves,
think they're
Elves.
on top. Eladrin hold more power. Everything else is under that. In the
Yeah,
eyes of
gotcha.
the people that live in the Telkasi Heartland.
Okay. Well, I think at this point I'm sort of like, don't you worry with that young lady's big stick. And my smarts and charms will make a go of it here. You can trust me.
Alright, you have them firmly on your side. The captain's sitting there still like, oh god. You know, this is more or less a military expedition and we've got you leading us.
Yep.
Like, he's sort of looking at you like you're a slimy politician.
Yeah, no, I walk up to him and I take him aside and I'm like, now, listen, my good man. I understand that you probably have somewhat of a disdain for me, given what I've had to say here to keep spirits up, but whilst you are very clearly a military-minded man, let me tell you, the moment that morale dips below where it needs to be to get us through this, you will be thanking me for my actions. Now, I propose that we work together on this. I have some understanding of the politics of this place, and I have some influence here. But I am going to be looking to you to safeguard our people. Do you think you're up to it?
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay, well, I rolled them as
Yep.
plus, apparently, but 15 plus 1, 16.
Yeah, that'll do it. He's like, I still think, yes, we will do this for our people, get them out of here. And he sort of wanders off and he helps Tigger erect tents and stuff.
Yeah.
They're making this place as comfortable as it can be. And you have, you know, you're sort of, they're now looking to you as like the camp administrator, and you know you're getting lots of inane questions. When can we go? Who can we talk to in the city? Is it nice in there? Just that sort of stuff.
I think everything he says is just deflection. It's like, oh yes, soon, yes, quite nice in some areas, less nice in others, but on the whole, acceptable. Yet also somewhat not, because of our, obviously, you know, the Telkasir is simply unmatched, unparalleled. So, you know, and then basically all this double talk, just kind of going like, yep, cool, but in a reassuring way.
Okay. Back in the forest, in the woods, you guys come across, and if I have done this right, it should work. Come across a camp, and there's a few tents set up. They've knocked down a couple of small trees to set up like a bit of a small wall, just to keep forest animals out. And they've put down some logs to sit on. They're just sitting there, chilling out. A couple of spears, a couple of swords. There's once this one walks in, there's 5 all up, and they have the look of like hard men. They do the wet work for people.
Is the map supposed to change?
No, change on stream. Ignore the map for now. So they get there and, alright guys, she's here, she's got the gold. Time to divvy it up. And he gives each one 10. And he turns around and is like, thank you very much for this. Well, 2 of you, decent trackers. Your friend, not his face is fucked. I'm sorry. I don't want to look at that anymore.
That's
Yeah.
totally fine. We don't want to look at it either.
While they're having this conversation, I'm just busy hog tying suit with my vine that I have.
Okay. Look, we could use a few extra trackers. A few extra. We need some sneaks, really. You guys looking for work? Maybe not here in this city. It's bad in there at the moment. Someone's killing guards.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's why we're trying to stay away from the city. We hear it's pretty freaking dangerous right now. So we actually have a massive, as you know before, we have a caravan thingy full of a lot of people that we need to find somewhere safe. So maybe if we need to do a job, is there a way we can find you guys again?
Yeah. If you... He sort of looks around, he's like, not sure if he should give out his info. Like, he's like...
We can always just arrange a meeting place or anything like that. We can leave, like, something, like a note somewhere to, like, let us know when
You know where our camp is.
He pulls out one of the gold pieces that you gave him. He's like, alright. And he makes a X in it. Go. Thebos. Find the Wailing Widow. Give the barkeeper there this. He will tell me if you've arrived. I'll find you.
Okay. And I take the coin.
Alright. You guys,
Also, a quick question. Was it the Wailing Widow or the Whale and the Widow?
wailing,
Okay, so Wailing. Okay.
screaming, crying.
I got it. Thank you.
Alright. Look, I'm sorry, you look like you're good. You're good at the forest, you're good at sneaking around. Just
I am.
need to check. Are you willing to take pay to put a blade in someone?
If need be. Yes.
Alright. I'm glad a lot of these payment deliveries end badly. People don't like mercs around here. Wars are...
I used to not like killing people, but unfortunately we all have to do what we have to survive.
Are you saying you like killing people? And he sort of like looks at you like,
No,
really?
I
Alright.
don't enjoy it, but I do it if necessary.
Your friend's quiet. He's been looking at me funny. And he's looking straight at you, Grethen. Are you okay? And he's just like, he's trying to like ask you questions, but you're just like staring at him silently. He's like, you're a bit unnerving. You're this scarred and tattooed elf. And he's like, I don't know what I'm meant to be looking at here. Are you okay taking pay for murder?
I will only kill when the balance demands it.
Balance.
I just leave it at that.
Right. Who decides? Miss, who decides the balance? He's fucking weird. Alright.
Just ignore him.
Alright, look. We got a job to do. We're gonna head off. It's not too late. We should be able to get into the city by nightfall. Thank you very much. And they start packing up their camp. They leave the walls up and they leave like the logs there. And they don't take apart everything. You can see they're hoping to either come back here or they're leaving it for someone else.
Excuse me, who are you leaving the camp for? Are you going to come back, or are you just gonna leave everything up for somebody else?
The guild sort of it's a good idea to leave these out here. Other members of the guild know how to find it, and we can make sure that, you know, it's a place for us to go and make camp in the forest. It'd be bad if we had to set it up every single time ourselves, you know?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Well, thank you guys again for not killing my friend, and I point to both of them. Just sitting there with the hog tie and everything.
Alright,
Hopefully we'll see you guys again.
no worries, no worries. Okay. And he's like, a bit like, he hasn't had like someone be like, it was nice to meet you, talk to you later. So he's a bit like, you've disarmed him a little bit with your demeanor. So they sort of like just slink out of camp and head off into the head off towards the city.
I would like to have a rummage around the camp.
Okay. Yeah, you find nothing of real value. There's stacked firewood. There's a little bit of like dried meat in a sack. That's about it. You guys also notice that the coin he scratched, it does not match the other coins you guys have seen around the towns here. Doesn't match the gnome village. It's very different. It has it's like a different language you haven't seen, and it's got the coins are all marked with like mythological creatures, like big old dragon heads and minotaurs, and one's got like a serpent that has like 8 heads, another's a Medusa. So they're sort of, it's a different currency. Okay.
Okay.
So
We're just gonna head back to the camp then, where everybody else is.
all right.
I'm gonna pocket a bit of the dried meat for the trip home.
Okay. A few hours later, it's about an hour after the sun's gone down. You get back to camp, and as you get there, you notice that Castellan's standing by the campfire. Sorry, Aethelfin's standing by the campfire, and he's surrounded by everyone. Everyone's just like looking at him, rapt attention as he's telling them something. Aethelfin, what are you saying to the crowd?
So it is absolutely vital that we recover my construct. Do we all understand?
Yes, sir. What are we gonna do when? And he turns around and he points past you. They come back, and you see Nissa leading Grethen, who is dragging along a tired suit.
Well, the Star Elf I'm unsure of. And it seems that the Nissa here has taken him as his her ward. As for the construct, well, I'm sure they understand the vitality and need for it, so I'm sure they'd be willing to help us.
Okay, roll perception check.
I said that very pointedly at them with
Aethelfin?
like the group of everyone behind me. Perception check, okay.
And as well from you, Nissa.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not enough.
7.
Well,
Okay, on the way back, you notice that Jeeves just stopped, sort of being around. He just slunk off into the forest a bit. Okay.
He still following us, though, wasn't he?
He was following you, but he's now like just you can't see him as you like look around to make sure you're all there when you get to camp.
I'm gonna look at the rest of them and go, I'll be back in a sec, and just sort of backtrack a little bit to see if I can find him.
You can't find his tracks.
I
You
will call out. Jeeves!
hmm. roll your charisma, just D20 plus your charisma. Give it a sec, Mark.
10.
Okay. You sort of see him, this man sort of like step out and he looks at you and he's very like killed in himself. He's not comfortable with himself. And he just looks at you, grunting a little bit, confused.
Are you okay?
Pack. And then he sort of walks up to you and puts a hand behind your neck and pulls you forward and puts his forehead to you. He's like, Pack. Pack. You Pack.
Me Pack?
And he nods.
You mean I'm part of your pack?
He nods, but you can see he's questioning. He's like, it. He points. He's like, we Pack.
I walk over to this.
No, you can't. You don't know anyone. You don't know where they are. They're in the forest.
Do I hear anything?
No one hears
Or
anything.
see
This is
anything?
between Nissa and Jeeves.
And furthermore, we need to get her construct together now.
No. So, Nissa, he's asking you
Yes.
if you guys are Pack, if you guys are bonded.
Yes, we are pack. We are pack.
Okay. And then he sort of like knocks his forehead against you, sort of like how a dog will like, you know, if you've got your hand off the
Like
couch, they'll
headbutt
like
you.
headbutt
Yeah.
your hand or something. And he then rolls his head off you and looks back towards the camp and grabs you by like the forearm and drags you along a little bit, and then he points to Soot and he looks to you. And he's got a very severe expression on his face. Pack?
Unsure. I'm not sure at the moment. Yeah. I'm not sure. Well, we have to try save him before I decide that. But kind of pack. Yes, a little bit.
He just cocks his head to the side, really confused. And he's like he sniffs the air.
I'm completely out, right?
No, you're awake. You've just been tied up. If you were unconscious this long, you'd probably have very bad brain damage.
Okay, so I heard her say like that kind of stuff.
Nope. So he's like, maybe not. Could be Pack. Smell, scent bad. Scent wrong.
Okay. I'm just gonna do what he did to me and just touch foreheads or whatever it is that he does and just go, it's gonna be okay. Just stay with me, okay? Stay near me.
You sort of see he like flexes his hand and like makes like a claw action, and he's not comfortable with it because he's
Not used to being human.
he's like too long. Need weapon. Defend
I will
Pack.
find weapon. I will find weapon for you, and we will figure out how to turn you back into a wolf. Okay?
All right, he sort of bumps his forehead against you, and you sort of get the impression that when he pulls away, the expression he has on his face is not that he definitely wants to go back to being a wolf, just that he feels more comfortable knowing that he's wanted since he was told to go and fuck off once before.
Yeah. I feel really bad about it.
But
But I look at him again and I go, you are wanted, you are mine, I will never leave you. And then I hug him. Even though he has no idea what a hug is, I just reach forward and just hug him and then put forehead like this. So we're forehead to forehead.
Okay. Yeah, this time as you pull away, you can see that he's got a couple tears in his eyes. And he sort of, as he walks away, his shoulders are very slumped over, and he's sort of like, he moves very quickly back towards the edge of the camp, staying outside of the firelight. But it's also like no sounds are made. He's completely like a natural in this environment. Okay, so
Cool.
you wake up in the fire, like being carried back, and you stay quiet until you realize they're dragging you back to this camp. And in the middle of it, Aethelfin is like got everyone's attention, and he's like they're saying, go get the construct. Now, you've seen that the Staros coming back. Tig, you see that Staros coming back. And so what do you want to do right now? You are tied up.
I just lay there. I'm like, I try to relax as much as possible because there isn't much I can do.
It is nighttime.
I can just go like, oh, it is nighttime?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I look up at the stars, but as secretly as possible.
I mean, being dragged along, it's kind of hard not to do anything except for just put your head somewhere.
Put my head up, trying to look at the stars.
So he's
You know
being
that
dragged
they
back
will
into camp.
end you. Why do you allow yourself to be with them?
This is all in my head, right?
Yeah.
And I think I need to leave. I need to leave them. This will be the end of me.
Our power. Become what you're meant to be. Be one with the void.
How do I do that?
Accept your place. Accept our power.
I accept all your power.
Okay. So Soot snaps awake. To your guy, what you guys see is like his body just like jolts for a second, and the vines that were tying him up just disintegrate.
Do I
Time
know
to leave.
him? Do I know
Hang-
what's going on?
Wait. Sorry.
Wait,
So as soon as I feel like the weight disappear from the vines that I'm pulling, I'm
That's
turning
not
back and I'm
that's
starting
not what
weighing
happens to you at all, Rethan. You feel a surge through your body. Can I get a Constitution check from you, please?
Con check or a con? Actually, wait, no, they're both the same.
Con save, come on. You immediately vomit as you feel the balance of nature just shift. Something, and you guys notice this, he just bends over. Tig and Nissa, you also feel something like pull at your soul. Something inside you, and like it's almost like the ground beneath you starts to tip, although you know it's just all something within you.
I felt this before though, so I know what it is, right?
No, this is something a little bit different than normal.
Like what happened to myself and Aethelfin in the carriage?
No, this is something much different. This isn't like him attacking you. This is the connection that some elves have, most elves have, to nature and the surroundings and magic, means that even those who don't understand magic felt the shift in
But
the
I
balance.
can tell that it's bad.
Oh yeah,
tell
it's
that
almost like
bad, and I-
everything around has just been sucked towards Soot, and he stands up, and his face is healed, his eyes are bleeding, his mouth is bleeding along the lips, where his now much more jagged teeth are digging into his lips. And you hear him just like, It has been so long since I've had a physical body.
I'm gonna lunge towards him with my sword out.
Amazing. And as you start charging, he's like, "Are you sure that's what you want? You don't want to
Sword's
damage
drawn.
your friend, do you?"
Swords drawn. I'm heading straight for him, and I'm going to stab him in the head if I can, or the heart. Either way, I'm aiming to kill him.
Okay, roll an attack.
18.
Okay,
So,
you hit. Roll damage.
9.
Okay. You stab into his chest, and he takes his hand on the blade and shoves you back.
can I wanted to say a little prayer.
You can wait just a moment, please. Where is the damn dice roller? Not working for some reason. Anyways, roll a athletics check, please, Nissa. Do not get shoved onto your back. Okay, you get sort of enough to let go of your sword, and he steps back and withdraws it from his chest, and you see that the entire length of the blade that was inside him is now rusted. He just drops it to the floor. And you can hear this tiny whistling, and you can see air getting sucked into his chest. He reaches his hands forward in front of you, and sort of like seems to grab the air. You actually see, like, it's almost like he twists the skin of reality as he grabs it and starts ripping apart. And as his hands widen, a little black orb forms, and he gets wider and wider until eventually about a 2-foot orb of pure black is formed between his hands. And he looks at you. He's like, "Fortunately, he resists if I want to harm you. But there's plenty of others here, just waiting to be taken."
You don't touch them. You don't touch them. I'm gonna draw my bow and my arrow, and I'm gonna shoot.
We will not end. We're going to break right here.
Ah.
Dude,
Alright.
come on! I was just about to get the fucking waterworks going. Shit.
We're gonna go
That's okay.
on a break right here. And we will, we'll answer questions from people, because I know there were some questions before about what classes people were and whatnot. So I'll go through that, and also people can get a drink, stuff like that. Shouldn't be too long. So, alright, the classes of the people here was Aethelfin is a artificer. We've got Tig as a barbarian. We've got Nissa as a ranger. We've got Braithen, who's right now is named Ilario, so I'll fix that. Damn it. He is a priest. And Soot was a bard. So
Not anymore.
no
He's
longer.
not anymore.
Long
No.
time ago, he was a bard.
For like how many sessions?
I mean, that's alright.
Yeah. Nice.
Alright.
See, you just can't trust Star Elves.
No, man, you really can't. I totally agree.
So,
Yeah, no, they shifty motherfuckers.
And Wood Elves, don't even get me started on those guys.
so
I mean,
Alright.
Sun Elves are just the ultimate race.
Oh, I actually
just have
muted
to
Shia
admit,
so he
like-
couldn't talk for a moment. Let's just turn him back on. Let's see what he has to say first. Hey, Shia.
Hi.
You shut the fuck up.
As soon as you lost everything, I had to mute you.
Okay, that makes sense.
Is there anything you wanted to say?
No, nothing really, other than, oh my god! Ah!
Tired?
Hello.
Why have you done
my old
this?
friend.
And the death.
Yeah.
Suit.
Rip.
Clown.
He wasn't
Rip
here to
suit.
do
Just
the
want to
shit.
point out, just want
Yep.
to point out. I feel like Soot's not gonna be the one that dies this round. Like, I don't think
yeah.
I'm hoping we kill him.
100% agreeing with
But
you on that one, Nissa.
I'm pretty sure we're not gonna be the
We-
ones that live.
Yeah. No. So we know that something else has taken over Soot. So
Yeah,
we're
that's
all
not-
done. Fucked.
Clan Control is asking about the priest class. He's a cleric, I imagine. You're a cleric?
He
Daniel
is
Cullen.
a monk. The clerics in my world only work in a certain way, and it doesn't work for a roving adventure party. It works for like being the priest in a certain town is great. Being a priest in the middle of nowhere, not so much, or a cleric in the middle of nowhere, not so much. So we have it's a bit of homebrew here. You probably picked up on a bit of it. We sort of
So I'm not going to be magically healed by the monk, right?
yeah.
Generation spell. Get
So
my
I'm
arm
just see
back.
what I missed. Thank you for the lurk, Red. Hazy, the boy just digging himself deeper. Sure, he gets shine for his court. Oh god. How does one
Oh,
buy
no.
an advantage or disadvantage with points? So, like any channel, you get points from being a like when you follow, you get points. When you buy bits, you get points. When you donate, you get points. When you sub, you get points, etc., etc. But the easiest way to get points is just to you can go now, Mark. The easiest way to get points is just to just be in the channel and be active in chat, and you earn more points that way. So yeah, that is the way you earn points. However, it is pretty expensive to do the advantage and disadvantage and whatnot. You get it's 1,000 points to give someone advantage and disadvantage. It's 2,500 points to give someone natural 1 and natural 20, and it's 4,000 points to give them a hero point. So it is very expensive. And also, bye, cat.
And how much do I have to pay you to get my arm back?
We'll talk about it later. Anyways, quick break. I need to get a drink because I've been talking at the screen for a while. Yeah. Hopefully everyone's
Plus, you
enjoying
did
it.
the Voldemort voice. So,
Ah,
can
God damn
you
it.
say one thing for me? Can
What?
you say Potter?
Potter?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.